Surprise time, bitch!
Alright, this is the Unknown Reviewer, and I welcome you to Part 5 of Fallout 4. I know I have this labeled as a walkthrough, but it's really just me playing through the game, playing it how I normally would. Last we left off, I was designing bedrooms in my settlement, so that when I start getting settlers, I already have bedrooms set up and stuff like that. I don't like to waste time doing little itty bitty stuff after I already have settlers, because then you have to sit there and rush and make, water and beds and all sorts of stuff. So I like to go ahead and get, a head start on that. The thing that gets me most of the time, though, is, right now I'm designing the houses and then I forget about the resources, which I did do in this one, but it's perfectly fine. You'll see me jump around from area to area. Unfortunately, I suffer from ADHD. My mind is tracking all over the place. So, not one place to go. I've got lots of things to do, and to me, not enough time to do enough. So, as you guys watch this, just know I do jump around a lot, and I never stick around doing one thing. Then I'll get an idea in my head, and I kind of just go with it. Yeah, I know it seems weird, right? But that's how my brain works. But unfortunately, like I said in the last episode, I'm building the settlement up just a little bit to go ahead and get things going when I start getting settlers here. So, sorry to put you guys through this, but it's a gaming experience. You gotta play through it, and it seems how Fallout 4 offers so much to do. It just never seems like enough when you're building. You always think that you always feel like you're forgetting something. And it's always going to feel like that, honestly. I mean, because there's just so much to do. Now, that little trick that I've done a couple times, when you place doors and stuff, you cannot open them in creative mode or in the workshop mode. I found out the hard way. So now I just kind of pick the door up, walk out, and press B, and it puts it back where it was. A couple of the mods that I have actually give me the ability to do this. A bunch of different doors. But also having Sanctuary fixed, I can put doors on all the properties, which is nice, because you don't want, properties without doors. It just looks tacky. I mean, the properties look pretty beat up anyways. But I like having doors on all my properties. It looks nice, and, as far as playthrough goes, it's an important thing for me. In places that don't have a lot of buildings, I actually take my time. And work through it all, little by little, make little houses and stuff like that for my settlers. I like to set up farms, stuff like that. However, in this particular video setup, I have not done that at all. I set up no farms. I did no, nothing that I normally would. So, I'm stuck myself kind of in the middle of everything. I should have been looking for resources and stuff like that, but instead I was just building my settlement. And if you play in vanilla mode, like I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again, there's a lot more stuff to scrap without using the Sanctuary Hills debris removal and cleanup mod, which if you like having stuff to clean up, I'd suggest not using that mod, honestly, because then you have more stuff. This particular mod is the stairs, ramps, and stuff. One, stairs, ramps, and ladders mod. Allows you to get these railings and stuff so you can, do aesthetics for your settlements. A lot of the vanillas, they don't have a whole lot in the vanilla stuff, which is, disappointing. So people made mods to give you more options. And I tell you what, it really makes me happy to have this many options. Get the settlement building stuff without finding the magazines. And I was skeptical about this one at first, but man, I like it. It makes you some pretty nice, clean. Um, I'm gonna have to edit that out, but anyways. So yeah, I try to keep most of the houses the same. I don't like to change too much. Um, Nice secure settlement, plenty of safe dry places for your settlers to sleep. That's kind of what I aim for. This one I'm just kind of right now I'm just kind of messing around with some of the mods. This is fire escapes and stuff, which would I guess would be a nice addition for getting on the roofs. You know, I've seen people build on top of all these buildings. Some of them look pretty nice. You can do some pretty nice settlements without modding at all. The vanilla version did not give me enough for my creativity. I like having a wide variety of different things I can use. And I know there's a lot of people who feel about the same way. There's also a lot of people who don't play these games for this specific reason. They don't like the amount of detail that you can go into. They don't like building settlements, and they just want to play a story. Hey, I'm all about a good story. Man, you throw in something like The Sims into a game, you got me hooked for life. I find not only being hooked is the right word. Um, I like immersion in my games. I like detail, a good story. Any gamer out there will tell you about the same thing. A good story makes or breaks a game, and game developers will tell you too. Um, However, there are a couple companies out there who have made games, and the story seems good, but then it kind of just drags on. Um, One example for me, however, and I'm not going to say this is the same thing for everybody, but Dragon Age Origin. Um, I like the choice of characters. I did not like the limitation of class. But each beginning story was different, which is what I basically played the game for. I played every character from a different beginning, um, just to see, different endings, different possibilities, see if things would get different or would become different for me. However, the story was dragged out. At least for me. I don't know how it is for everybody else, but, for me, it was a dragged out story, and I lost interest in it, very quickly. I played through it for quite a while, too. So, I mean, don't think I just sit here and play a game for about, a day or two and then just give up on it, because I don't. Alright, so let's get back to Fallout 4. I am now leaving Sanctuary, and I'm heading down to Concord like Cogsworth told me to. Like, that's something that you need. Yes, you're probably right. Sorry about me coughing. Here at Red Rocket Station.
Hey, boy.
This could be your second settlement. And this is where you pick up dog meat.
Okay then.
Now, honestly, you can ignore this part and go right past the Red Rocket Station. Never talk to dog meat. Never pick him up. Never have that companion for you.
Wait there.
And that is an option for you, so don't think you're limited by having him with you all the time. For those of you who think that dog meat should not be a companion, however, there is a mod, and it's called Companions plus Dog Meat or something like that. I'll look it up. It's on my list of mods that I can use. I just never used it because I like the Lone Wanderer perk that you can get. It gives you extra health and extra damage. I'm not much for traveling with a companion. I find that they get in the way far too often, and it's overly annoying for me. And there's a good number of companions throughout the game. As we go through the game, I'm going to try and find most of them. A lot of them you'll meet just, along the storyline. Little side quests you got to do. Right now, I'm going into the perk chart, and as you can see, your first your top 7 are your special abilities, and then everything below it is attributed to how many points you have in your top 7. So, just keep that in mind. As many points as you have in your top 7, that's what opens up below it. And some of those perks are really nice to have. I probably said this before too. There's no level cap for this game. You can keep on going. even after you have everything maxed out, you can still go up, have perk points for absolutely nothing. Alright, right now you see me using the VAT system. I don't know why I'm doing that, because I have bullet time, which allows you to have a VAT style system. It slows you down, but you're not stuck in one spot, which is what I like about the bullet time. So if you use that mod, it is a really nice one to have. Currently during this section of filming, I did not have the armor mods that I do now, so I was limited to whatever I wore, and I couldn't wear anything over it. But like I said, I'll go over some of the other mods as we continue on in the game. So we're in Concord, and in a short little bit, we will be heading into the Museum of History. This is the Unknown Reviewer, and this will be the end of this episode. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you don't mind. Have a wonderful night.